Do you ever see yourself in the mirror and think, I'm not boring, I'm not socially awkward, I don't freeze up or panic in front of girls, but I can't attract them? Let me guess something about you. You can talk to women, you can hold a conversation just fine, but somehow nothing ever moves forward. The conversation stays polite, friendly, and safe. You talk, she talks, it feels something is happening, but nothing ever happens. And later you are replaying it in your head thinking, what did I do wrong? Here's the harsh truth you don't want to hear. Most men don't fail at conversation. They fail at turning conversation into attraction. In this video, I am going to show you the exact formula that will make you a master at attracting women. Whether it is your school, university, or your workplace, you can apply it anywhere. And once you see this, you'll never talk the same way again. Disclaimer: this video is not for everyone. This video is not about pickup lines or surface level tips. Some of what I'm about to explain uses real psychological principles that can help you seduce anyone. And if you use them carelessly, they can seriously change how people respond to you. So watch this with intention, not manipulation. First, let's clear something up. Small talk isn't bad. In fact, small talk is necessary. It creates comfort, it opens the door. But here's where most men get stuck. They think attraction comes from information exchange. Asking questions, sharing stories, being agreeable, keeping things light. But attraction doesn't come from information, it comes from emotional positioning. Two men can say almost the same things. One creates attraction and the other creates friendship. The difference is not what they say, it's where they place her while emotionally talking. This is the shift you need to understand. Conversation becomes attraction when it moves from surface to self. Surface to self. Most conversation stays on the surface. Work, college, daily routine, random opinions, and that's fine. It keeps things smooth, but it doesn't create attraction by itself. Attraction begins when the conversation reflects her back to herself, makes her feel seen, makes her feel emotionally involved, makes her feel slightly aware of herself. That is when things get changed. In a moment, I'll show you exactly how to do this without trying harder and without becoming someone you are not. But first, you need to understand why this works psychologically. Humans are naturally drawn to people who make them feel understood, make them feel emotionally activated, and make them feel slightly challenged, not entertained. When you only ask logical questions, she stays logical. When she stays logical, attraction doesn't start. The moment she starts feeling while talking, that's when attraction begins forming in the background. Not because you impressed her, but because you engaged her emotionally. This is where most men overcomplicate everything. You don't need clever lines, you don't need jokes, you don't need to dominate the conversation. You need better direction. Instead of asking, what do? You gently guide towards, do you actually enjoy that? Or did you just fall into it? Instead of, what are your hobbies? You guide towards, what do you enjoy that most people wouldn't guess about you? Same conversation, different emotional effect. You didn't become impressive, you became selective. And selectiveness creates attraction. This shift from surface conversation to emotional direction is something I break down step by step inside my course, which has a rating of 4.7 stars with hundreds of users. And if you buy it and you don't feel a shift in yourself, you can just message me and I will refund you instantly. No question asked. Because once you understand this, attraction stops feeling random or accidental. The biggest mistake men make is thinking if the conversation is smooth, attraction will happen. No. Conversations can be smooth, friendly, and comfortable and still go absolutely nowhere. Attraction needs tension. Not sexual tension, emotional tension. Emotional tension is what makes her lean in mentally. So here's the formula for it. Start with comfort, add direction, create contrast. I am going to repeat what I said, so listen closely. Start with comfort, add direction, create contrast. Comfort makes her stay, Direction makes her follow, contrast makes her feel. Miss one and you will fail. Now I know you are wondering how can I know if this is working or not. So I'll show you how to tell exactly when it's actually working because most men miss the signs completely. When it's working, you will notice she expands her answers. She shares without being asked. She asks you personal questions. Her tone softens. Her expressions change. These are not coincidences. These are emotional responses. Once you see this, you stop guessing and start recognizing patterns. But there is something important most men don't realize about attraction during conversation. It's not built all at once. It's built in small emotional deposits. Every time she feels understood, slightly challenged, and subtly noticed, attraction doesn't jump, it accumulates. This is why some conversations feel like they are going nowhere. And then suddenly, everything shifts. Nothing magical happened. You just crossed an emotional threshold. And this is also why copying lines never work long term. Lines ignore timing. Lines ignore emotional build-up. Lines ignore who she is in that moment. Real attraction happens when you are present enough to notice when to lean in, when to slow down, when to stop talking, and when to let the silence do the work. That awareness is what separates men who always feel close from men who actually move things forward. And once you understand this, conversation stops feeling like guesswork. You stop wondering like should I say something and start knowing that this is the moment. If you want to learn this properly, not just understand it but apply it naturally, that's exactly what I teach inside my course. And if you want live feedback, real breakdowns and support while you practice, I also have a free Discord server where we work through this together. You will find both links in the description. And remember, attraction isn't about saying the right thing. It's about leading the emotional direction of the conversation. Once you understand that, you stop chasing reactions and start creating them.